In this episode, here comes the bride, all dressed in white, heading to the bathroom. It's her special night.
And on the flip side, springtime is almost here. It's time to start day drinking, cancel your gym membership, put on your lucky 4-leaf clover, and head to your local Irish wake. Mike, hit the music. Oof. All right. Welcome back. Another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. I'm glad you're all here. We're happy to be here. What a day it was. It is a day that will go down in history. It's one of those days that, it really brings us down, but it makes us realize the importance of togetherness, the importance of, coming together as a nation, as a world, and just realizing bigger pictures in life. And, we're going to have days like this. You never know when these days are going to come. But I was really glad to see everybody come together as one and really stay strong. So we're past it. We're here for another great episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Mike, what were you doing when Instagram and Facebook were down?
Well, I couldn't do my job today, believe
Correct.
it or not.
Neither could I, honestly.
Because everyone's supposed to be on Facebook and Instagram. That's what Mark Zuckerberg wants. He wants everyone to be in the metaverse and goes to work. Like that's exactly what he wants. But at first, I'm glad you brought this up, Matt, because where you immediately went when you were having problems, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You went to X.
Yep.
So there was a lot of banter between Elon Musk and then the CEO of Twitter and just X itself. And I know I'm interchanging those very quickly, but originally I got logged out and I'm like, why am I getting logged out? And I kept clicking log back in and it wasn't doing that. And I'm like, okay, so I went over to X. And then you started to see the hashtag Facebook down trending on Twitter. And to me, I was like, okay. But then I realized that there are many people who reset their password because they thought that there wasn't an issue. So they just you reset your password.
I tried resetting my password, and then it wouldn't let me. It thought someone was trying to log into my account.
Oh.
Yeah.
Worst thing that happened to me also in these couple days is that my Apple ID was trying to be logged into from like Guatemala.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's good.
So it was pretty enjoyable, but you had me in the first half. Not gonna lie, I had no idea where you were going with that. So
I have a request that we should probably do as a nation. When a social media platform comes down, instead of just like flooding a different social media platform, how about we just go outside? How about we try to learn something, read a book?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just very funny that everyone's like, "Oh, big day for Twitter," and it's just because Facebook and Instagram were down. Nothing that Twitter did good. It was great seeing the top 10, 7 of the top 10 trending hashtags was related to Facebook and Instagram being down. Wild.
There was a social media marketer that I follow on LinkedIn, and he said when Meta/Instagram/Facebook are down, and it was a picture of Dolby from Lord of the Rings, and it was Dolby is free. Wait, that's Harry Potter. Yes.
No.
Wait.
I'm right? Yes. No.
Dolby is free.
Dobby's Harry Potter.
It's Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a picture of Dolby, and the where it says Dolby is free, because social media managers are like, I don't know what to do. It's basically like not having a computer at work now in 2024. But I digress.
It's also funny when the Facebook executives have to tweet we're working on the issue. It's fantastic.
Don't they have access to our emails? Couldn't they just send out a mass email just letting us know it's down instead of going to another platform?
Yeah, that's actually a great point. Yeah, big day for Elon.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody was commenting, everything's working smoothly.
God, he probably had such a good day.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe some active users more than Facebook and Meta, or Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Meta at the moment. So, are you going to ask me how I'm doing?
Yeah, sure. How you doing?
Small talk, great. Wow, now I'm kind of awkward now trying to figure that out. But systems are fully functioning and running on my side of things compared to Twitter. So thankfully, I'm going to explain a little bit later on in the show, but I'm feeling great. I'm vibing. Everybody says it feels like the world has been lifted off my shoulders. And I don't know why, Matt, but I'm going to keep vibing with that. How about you? How are things?
I'm great. Little update. No.
Okay.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. So last week I said Fat Matt was going to be no more.
Okay.
And technically, so this is also an issue that we're having in America, and I don't know other places in the world. So,
are you running for president by so many asking everybody?
No.
See, it's like you're having a lot of, let's just say, governmental stances here in today's episode.
So, you know what sucks? When you go to the doctor and you get weighed, like I went to the doctor, it's 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It was at 2:00, but I had already ate lunch. I had my shoes on, I had a sweatshirt, and like I had clothes on, but they don't make you take any of that off when they weigh you.
Okay.
But like generally, when I weigh myself, it's like I'll wake right up out of bed, go to the bathroom, step on the scale, because that's like your lowest weight.
Sure.
Technically, it's been 2 weeks since I went to the doctor, and he said I had to lose 20 pounds. If we are taking the doctor's number weight into account, I'm already down 10 pounds. If we're taking my home scale weight into account, down like 6. But we're off to a good start, so I'm pleasantly surprised so far.
All right. Well, yeah. I'm glad things are working out.
Yeah, it's been good. Working out a little more, watching what I eat, and I can't wait to have a 6-pack.
I thought you were gonna say something else, and I'm just gonna keep it there.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, whatever floats your boat. So, speaking of floating of boats, Matt, we're not going to be on a boat. I'm sorry. That's very unfortunate. There was a podcast that I was listening to that they had their, I forget. It was their council meeting, because each episode, one acts as a host and the two others act as competitors. So they all, that format was gone during this episode, and they agreed as a council that they need to do an episode on a boat every year. One episode on a boat. What are your thoughts on that?
I like that. I like that a lot. You get in the outdoor elements. I think the juices really get flowing too in the ocean or a lake, wherever you are.
Motion in the ocean, you know?
Yeah.
But Matt, we're heading straight to the loo. We're heading straight to the bathroom. Matt, we've in the past have discussed bathrooms, specifically at a Dunkin', in a not so good manner of fecals, if fecals is a plural word, or fecal. So, Matt, I got some positive news today.
Okay.
In the world of Fox News, which was reported by Sydney Borchers, Matt, we had a wonderful couple of Logan Abney and Tiana Alistock. We're from Verona, Kentucky. Valentine's Day, a beautiful romantic day, Matt. You know, you think about it, a couple, Valentine's Day, Verona, Kentucky. What do you think? What do you think happens?
Oh man, there's so many possibilities off the top of my head. First things like an engagement.
Okay.
I hope not.
You're getting warmer.
Did they get married?
They got married, Matt.
Oh God.
Better yet, they got married in a bathroom.
That's not good. Not good at all.
Specifically the men's bathroom, which don't know how that's appropriate, but I think we'll hop into it. But they got married at a Hop Shops gas station in Verona, Kentucky. So what happened is that Tiana is actually an employee of the gas station. So she wanted a fun and unique wedding experience, steering away from the traditional chapels and churches, as we've already revealed. So the idea of the wedding was disco-centric. So what that was is it was originated actually by a joke between Tiana and her boss, given the distinctive lighting and ambiance of the restroom. The Hop Shops, which is basically actually known for their out-of-ordinary bathrooms, the couple tied the knot in the disco bathroom with vibrant colors and glittering disco balls. Matt, thoughts on that so far?
So you can easily make fun of getting married in a bathroom because it's gross. However, if you can be in a bathroom and willingly want to marry someone in the bathroom and be like, I love you. Because, like, if I'm in a gas station bathroom, the only thing in my mind is, like, I can't wait to get out of here. So I think it's probably a lot of people's. So if you can change your mentality to I love you, I want to marry you in this bathroom, that's probably true love.
Love is not blind in this scenario.
Love is smelly.
Love is smelly. It's not going to the chapel, it's going to the bathroom. Matt, you thought to yourself, this is a public place, So men's restroom, you think to yourself, maybe it was open from certain times. Matt, they actually closed the bathroom during the time of the wedding and was indicating a disco bathroom wedding in session. They had a great way of establishing a compensation for the inconvenience that those who needed to use the restroom were offered a free fountain drink within that.
Nice. Okay. So that's good. So they can't use the restroom. So let's give them more liquid when they still can't use the restroom to relieve themselves from drinking the free liquid. That adds up.
I think the other unfortunate thing too is that I could just imagine many times when, let's just say, I'm traveling or going somewhere and I'm thinking to myself, this could be the place in which some people this is their spot to go to the restroom, and you walk in and the bathroom's closed. I would be so upset over that.
Yeah, especially if you find out it's closed over a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, you have to try to object and interject yourself in the wedding. Object. No, I object. I have to take shit.
So what they did was that when it was all said and done, they tied the knot. They pressed a big red button to initiate disco lights and play Forever and Ever, Amen by Randy Travis. You know that song, right?
I don't know
Forever and Ever, Amen.
Oh, yeah. Song. Yep.
Put on your cowboy hat there.
A decent song choice.
It's a good song. The bride and groom expressed their happiness with the unconventional wedding, stating that married life has been amazing, and they instantly knew they were each other's person. No, that's sweet.
Yeah, like I said, if you can decide in a bathroom, I want to marry you, it's probably true love. I mean, if it works for you, it works for you, I guess.
Unfortunately, Matt, there was a lot of mixed reviews when this announcement was made. And I don't know. I think, Matt, we are at the age, in a traditional sense. Marriage is a topic of discussion, whether that is at the Thanksgiving table or just in your personal life. To me, and as it says in the article, they're celebrating their love in a unique way, breaking free from societal norms. We all need to embrace that, because many times if we keep up with traditions, there's never room for any newer traditions. And I think that simply just becomes repetitive and duplicative for just weddings. They're going to remember this, but also it's going to be so unique that it's going to be a funny story 25 years down the road when they have their first kid. Hey, guess what? Your mom and I got married in a bathroom at a gas station.
Oh, it's definitely unique. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's your wedding. Do what you want to do, celebrate how you want to celebrate, and do it where you want to do it, I guess. And just because a lot of people wouldn't have their wedding in the bathroom, if that's really what you want to do, sure. Honestly, my biggest problem with this whole thing, and question for you, now we don't work in traditional wedding settings. Would you want to get married at work?
That's a good point.
I don't think I would, because at some point, if you hate your job, then you're gonna hate the place you got married at.
Now, this economy is bullshit right now. We can agree, right?
That it is, yes.
So let's just say I was working at a venue and they're like, hey, we'll give you a huge discount on our venue price. I don't know, man. That's kind of tempting.
That's different, because if you want a traditional wedding venue, and if you work at the place, you're obviously probably think it's a nice place to get married. But we work in non-traditional venues. If you're looking for a non-traditional place, now your work might be better suited for a wedding than mine. Would you want to get married at work? Let's say there's no discount aside, any extra benefits aside, you want to get married at a place you go to work every day.
I think my gut reaction is saying that I wouldn't, just simply because it is the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not only going to remember that, but the other people that you inconvenienced also will remember it as well. Oh, do you remember those people? And unfortunately, and again, I embrace the uniqueness of Logan and Tiana's wedding. I 100% embrace it. But the people that you inconvenienced that day, let's just say you really had to take a number deuce and you run in and the men's bathroom's closed because there's a wedding going on, you probably will never go there again. You'll go to the next gas station that has a bathroom. And I don't know. I think it's just the inconvenience part. And that's more of a self-confidence thing, I think, compared to just like to yourself. Like, I don't know. I think it would be a no.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about inconveniencing like other people or like coworkers. Yeah, that's a great point. I also don't think I'd want to get married at where I work. It'd be like, I want my wedding to be someplace special. And not that I don't think like the things I do at work are special, but I don't want those things to like intertwine. I'd like those things to be separate.
What would be a unique, unconventional place to get married?
That is tough. Bathroom is definitely up there.
Mm-hmm.
The zoo would be interesting because there's a lot of animals that could like interject.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Planetarium. It's really dark.
But like you have like these cool like stars, like you have it like projected in the sky. Sorry, I'm like finding unique ways for this to actually work.
That's actually, yeah, that kind of does work. That'd be kind of sick. Getting married at a planetarium.
There was this video that was circulating on social media that there was a couple that was at a ranch, and they were just about to talk about like, oh, like if anybody does not support this couple, speak now and forever hold your peace. And there was a cow that went, meow.
Yeah, I saw that. It was hysterical. It was great timing.
Mm-hmm. A shower, I thought of for some reason.
Do you have to be naked in the shower if you get married in the shower?
No, I think you gotta go full like tux and dress.
Oh, that makes it even weirder.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, that's weird. A graveyard be a tough place for a wedding. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially if it's like a loved one's graveyard. I feel like that makes it even kind of, well, like technically they're there, I guess. I don't know. You could spin it that way. What do you give someone as a wedding gift if they get married in the bathroom?
A plunger.
Well, I think you do something a little more than a plunger.
A bar of soap, toothbrushes, shaving cream,
a bidet. Yeah, that's genius. That's what it is. That's what you give bidet.
Do you have a bidet?
No, I've never used one, but I do really want to. I'm curious.
It's kind of like those things where it's like you really don't want to, but like you're just damn curious just to find out.
The thing is, like everybody that has one says they're great. I don't know if I could get used to it, but I do want to try one once in my life.
It's like a little jolt of a surprise.
Now, the only thing I'm concerned is that like, will I get like addicted to it and then I need to buy one? I hope not.
The odd part is, I mean, I guess it's using the toilet water to clean. And it's not like it's your guests or the person that you're borrowing the bidet from. Like, it's not really like just their, I don't know. It's, how do you, that's the worst part. How do you know you like a bidet to begin with? Like, that's the thing I'm like trying to figure out here. Like, what is your interest in a bidet at first? Sorry to anybody who owns a bidet and like is yelling at the screen or yelling in your car like you two are idiots. Like, what's going on? So,
well, what was the person thinking who invented the bidet?
That they didn't want to use toilet paper.
Wait, but if you use a bidet, you still use toilet paper, though, right?
It's meant to not.
I thought you still do both. I thought it was just to kind of extra clean it, but then you gotta wipe it dry.
What is the purpose of the bidet?
Yeah, you gotta wipe it dry because then your butt is still wet.
It can also be used to wash feet.
I'm not sticking my foot in the toilet. I'm just going to go in the shower. That'd actually be funny. Someone with like a bar of soap cleaning their feet with a bidet. That'd be a funny visual.
In several European countries, a bidet is now required by law to be present in every bathroom containing a toilet bowl.
Like even in your own home or just at a business?
I'm assuming at a business, but who knows?
That'd be wild if like they made everybody like buy a bidet for their home.
Yeah. This is from wikihow.com. It says that when do you use a bidet? Use a bidet after your poop, but before you wipe.
Yeah, so you still wipe.
See, I feel like that's pointless though. Just get wet wipes.
That's not even, you can't flush wet wipes. Wet wipes aren't meant to like wipe.
They are flushable, Matt.
They're not all of them are flushable.
Yeah, you just get the ones that are flushable.
Yeah, but they're also not, like if you have a septic tank, you're not supposed to flush anything but toilet paper.
It says, okay, never mind.
I know what they say, but that doesn't.
Do you want me to get my wet wipes,
Listen,
Matt?
it's called false advertising. They're not supposed to flush everything. Yeah. But if you don't wipe after a bidet, then your butt is just wet. You're walking around with a wet butt.
I don't know how we got here.
I don't know either, but we're here.
All right. Well, I'm going to conclude. Congratulations to Logan and Tiana, friends of the pod, maybe. Who knows? We we wish you lifelong happiness and all the good that is to a married couple.
How many people, and on average per year, do you think get married in a bathroom?
Is this the same like ants question that you gave me?
Yeah, I remember that. I don't think this is the first time someone got married in a bathroom.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that, but...
And probably most of the times it's happened in Kentucky.
Okay. Or Florida.
Or Florida, yeah. Yeah, that's actually the grand prize of the Florida Man Games is a wedding venue at a gas station in Kentucky.
In a bathroom.
Yeah, in a bathroom.
God.
With a big tailgate in the parking lot.
Sounds about right.
Afterwards. That'd be kind of fun.
The reception in the parking lot at tailgate.
Yeah. And it's at a 7-Eleven. Everybody toasts with Slurpees. Desserts, just Ben & Jerry's ice cream. What's the main course?
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs. Yep. Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe some like pizza, a little buffet style.
Ooh.
Instead of a champagne toast, it's a Red Bull toast.
Red Bull toast. BYOB.
Yes. And BYOTP. Bring your own toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
We wanted to share something that has become essential to those days after a long, exhausting night. LiquidIV's hydration multiplier.
It's amazing how huge a difference it makes. LiquidIV helps us feel more energized and refreshed throughout the day. With one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and a 2 times faster hydration formula than plain water.
We both love the flavors. Yuzu pineapple and passion fruit are our top picks. They make staying hydrated a truly enjoyable experience.
What's even better is that LiquidIV is committed to giving back to communities in need worldwide by providing clean and abundant water. They've already donated over 39 servings in 50 plus countries around the world.
And we have a special treat if you want to try LiquidIV. Head over to liquidiv.com and use the code FUNNYBUSINESS at checkout to get a 20% discount on your entire purchase.
So shop better hydration today with promo code FUNNYBUSINESS. All one word, FUNNYBUSINESS at liquidiv.com at checkout.
Remember to stay hydrated and healthy and give LiquidIV a try. It's worth it. All right, we'll slide on into the second half of the show. We will do the second edition of the March Madness Minute. Mike, if you can pull up your clock.
All right.
And you can let me know when.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, we're going to start with likes. Illinois, they're playing great. They got a big game tonight against Purdue. We'll see how that goes. Love UConn. They've really been the best team in the country all year. Gonzaga, it's a down year for Gonzaga, but they always find a way to win in a tournament. They'll at least get to the Sweet 16. Marquette, if they're healthy. Tyler Kolek is injured. He's top guard in the nation. I like Richmond. Love Tennessee. Huge win last week in Alabama. And Purdue's on the same path as Virginia a few years ago. Lost to the 16 seed. Ended up winning the whole thing. Dislike Kansas. They stink. Seton Hall can only win at home. And Mike, you don't play home games in March Madness. Don't like South Carolina or St. Mary's. 2 teams I'm unsure of. So this is the IDK category. Kentucky. They score a lot. I just don't know. And Baylor. They win some games. They've lost a lot of road games. I just don't know about Baylor.
Sorry, I don't know. I wasn't.
It didn't
couldn't
play.
hear it loud enough,
Okay.
but it was timers off.
Yes. Also, to add on to the March Madness Minute, next week.
It's minute.
Well,
Can't
no,
anymore.
This is okay. I'm not adding on. Well, it is kind of an add-on. Mike and I will be able to report next week on if Lehigh or Lafayette are able to play well in the NCAA tournament.
That's a March Madness bid?
It is a conference tournament game.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't tell you that, did I? No. Yeah.
Matt's just like, you want to go to a basketball game? And like, not gonna lie, Matt knows my likes, and of course I would go to a basketball game, and I'm like, all right, fine, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, tickets, very cheap tickets, and it's conference tournament. It's a quarterfinal game.
And a very good rivalry, nonetheless.
Yes,
so.
yeah, that's why. If it was like, well, Colgate's good. If it was like American at Lafayette, it'd be like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's a very close rivalry. So
yeah,
that'll be fun. Moving on to some segments. Let's do Check the Ratings. So today we will do Check the Ratings on spring activities.
Ooh.
This past weekend, we had some great weather on Sunday. It's in the 60s. It was sunny. Mike, I was by myself for the first half of the day. So I got up and I went to church early in the morning. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for a walk. It's a very nice day out. I went in shorts. I had a quarter zip and hat on. I was sweating. It was great.
That's awesome.
So I went to the trail we usually go on and just kept walking. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go down. It comes to a point you could go right, go left. And I've never gone left. So I was like, I'm going to go left. Just kept walking. It was beautiful. Tons of people out. And I'm like, man, I wonder how long I've been walking for. I looked at my watch and it was over 2 miles.
Wow.
I ended up going for a 4.25 mile walk. Just out of the blue, out of nowhere.
There you go.
It was lovely.
Nice.
So it got me thinking, spring is almost upon us. Happy daylight savings weekend to everybody out there. We are losing an hour. However, we're getting more daylight, and that's the best part.
Thankful for it.
So check the ratings on spring activities. We will start with going for a walk/run.
I'm gonna say I'm specifically gonna take the walking route. Walking is very underrated. Being able to have that opportunity. Now I know some people don't, depending on the circumstances and where they live. But if you have that opportunity where it's a park or your own neighborhood, I think it's really nice because depending on where you are, you also get to see potentially some other people, and usually the exchanges are nice. A couple weekends ago, we were dog sitting and we had the opportunity to take the little chaser out for a walk, the cheesy balls. So sorry, we call him that, Matt. I don't know if you know that.
Cheesy balls?
Cheesy balls.
Does he like cheese balls?
He just cheese, chase, and just cheese balls, cheesy balls.
I'm not gonna ask that question.
Underrated.
Yeah, I'm also gonna say underrated. Going for a walk, like maybe people think like, oh, like it's not as much exercise as like going for a run and your heart doesn't get as pumping, but it's still exercise. You're still keeping your body moving. It's good for old people to walk, keep their bodies moving, and it's just a nice way to enjoy the weather.
I love when I have the opportunity to walk on campus to like meetings or whatnot, because there are days, and I remember looking at my fitness tracker on my phone. You could walk like 2 miles without even knowing it, depending on where you went. Like, so I mean, it's pretty cool.
Oh, it's great. Next up, having a picnic.
At this point in my life, I'm gonna say overrated.
Wow.
I think the only thing I just don't like is, and I'm not saying, I mean, we are getting old.
Yes.
I just have a very tough time trying to be comfortable sitting on the ground.
That is an old man take. Yeah. You're not wrong, because like I also don't like sitting on the ground.
I like need a pillow, or I just need something to like just cover the tailbone of me.
Well, why don't you just take a chair?
But then it's not a picnic.
I'm not talking about like. Well, I guess you could do a picnic
It's a traditional
with like a
picnic. You
tablecloth on
roll
the
out
ground.
that nice red and white checkerboard
Take a beanbag chair.
thing and a blanket, whatever, and then you bring out the picnic basket, and then
boo-boo.
And then you got your cheeses, you got your sandwiches, you got apples, like that's a picnic. But also I have to admit too, going to like a pavilion and having a picnic, I could deal with that, and that's rated.
Yeah, but you're not in the sun then. Like there is something cool about eating outside, especially in the summer or spring.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say having a picnic is rated. You are correct. Sitting on the ground is pain. I can't sit like cross-legged anymore.
No.
Like, my body can't handle it. My back shuts down. It tightens up. It cramps. Like I don't know like how tall people, and I am short. But like if you're like above like 6'4", how do you sit cross-legged on the ground? There's just no possible way.
Title of this episode: We're getting old.
Yeah. Also, you do have the risk of like ants getting in your food
Or in your pants.
or in the pants. Yeah.
Or squirrels.
Squirrels in the pants is also a problem. This next one I'm very excited for. Canceling your gym membership.
I do not have a gym membership. I do, but I don't. But I'm gonna say properly rated.
I'm going to say underrated. So April and I are going to be canceling our gym membership for a few reasons. Yes, thank you. 1, save some money. 2, it's nice out so we can do more things outside. And 3, we started going to my parents' house for like an hour some days and using their home workout equipment.
It's fine.
So my parents have a treadmill bike, and a total gym. Have you ever seen a total gym?
I've seen it before.
It's awesome. It is so cool. You can do so many different things on it. It's a really good workout. The only issue that we still have to cancel it because I can't do it on my app and we have to go in person. I cannot wait for them to try to like smooze me and try to like schmooze. I can't say that word. I'm gonna stop. Try to persuade me to stay because it ain't working. It ain't happening. I hope they throw the kitchen sink at me.
What if they do it like $5 a month for 6 months?
I already only pay like $10 a month.
What if they bring it down to 5?
No.
What about 2?
No.
Really?
No, because I'm not gonna go.
Okay.
It's a waste.
All right.
Yeah. Next up, my phone just decided to close the app. Day drinking. Oh yes.
The Hangover, overrated. Day drinking, properly rated.
Yeah, I'm gonna say properly rated.
Yeah.
It's great if you're like the first day drink in college. And we've talked about this before. It's just electric. Mm-hmm. Nothing better. But now that we're old, we're old. You have to like pick and choose when you can day drink.
Yeah.
But it's still fun when you get to do it. Takes you back to your childhood.
Okay.
Yeah, your childhood of watching your dads and uncles day drink.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah. Next up, driving with the windows down.
We go from drinking to driving.
Okay. Then the next day you wake up, you're driving with the windows down.
You know, this is going to surprise a lot of people. I'm going to say underrated. I get this always confused. Overrated.
Oh, that's true.
Matt, there are certain scenarios when let's just say you're on the highway driving 65 miles an hour, or you are in a city, or a little town, I should say. City people think like New York City, like little town. And also, too, like you're playing some music. You can't really play the music nice and loud because people will hear it. And you don't want to be that loser that plays obnoxiously loud music as you're driving through the town.
What's wrong with playing music kind of loud when you have the windows down?
Because, like, I don't know. I don't want somebody to listen singing Peaches.
So you're ashamed of liking the song Peaches is what I'm hearing. Now you just pissed off Jenna.
Wasn't played in the house. I said the word Peaches.
Okay. Miss Peaches is really what you said.
Miss Peaches.
I'm going to say underrated, especially like the first, like, now I don't always drive with the windows down, but like when you first leave work or like you're getting up in the morning to go to work, you just, the first day or two, you put the windows down for like a few minutes, you're just coasting, getting to the main roads. It's great. There's a slight crisp in the air, but it's like comfortable. Maybe it's your first day without a jacket or quarter zip. You just have a polo, or you just have your shirt on, hopefully pants. There's nothing better.
I mean, if you're not wearing pants, that's fine. I mean, underwear. Let's put it out. Get some.
I would hope if you're in the car, you're wearing pants, because I think that's a law. I know you have to have a shirt on.
Yeah, if you're exposing yourself, that's against the law.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you just drive with underwear on?
Let's check.
I feel like there's probably some law you got to have like pants or shorts.
Wow, this is going to be really good with my Google search. Driving without pants. This is from...
Cheeseburger.com.
What's that?
Cheeseburger.com. No.
This is from justiaaskalawyer.com. So it's just ask a lawyer. So Pete Munsing. So these are actually actual lawyers. This guy answered this 2 years ago. Generally, it would depend on the situation. A traffic stop is violation of traffic laws. Assuming you entered your car in a garage and never exited the car in public, it would not be indecent exposure. If you wore a bathrobe over it, I don't see an issue. And the scenario was, in the state of Pennsylvania, can you drive your car in a t-shirt and underwear or t-shirt and thong?
Well, what's the difference between underwear and a thong if you're sitting down in the car? They can't see the butt if it's a thong.
I don't know, Matt. I'm not a lawyer.
Well, I'm just saying that makes no sense. Next up, this is a great one. I'm just going to go ahead and say it's underrated. Turning the heat off.
Oh, yeah. You're saving money, baby.
Oh, that's so much money. Now, we don't run the heat quite often because we're on the second floor of ours and it gets kind of warm. Like, we probably haven't had the heat on in a few days. Okay. But just knowing that, like, you don't have to keep checking, like, oh, what's the temperature in here? How does it feel? There's just nothing better.
Bundle up, baby.
Yeah, also, it's great in the summer. Like, if you get hot, you just open a window.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to run the air at all. Buying new spring clothes or summer clothes.
I want to say properly rated. Sometimes I think not like an overhaul. Like I don't think is necessary. Certainly I get excited when I want to buy a new pair of swimming trunks, like my flamingo ones. I was super excited to do it over the spring or summer, I should say. Also a good idea to, if you're looking for a new pea coat, to buy it during the spring because it's absolutely on sale.
That's what I did with mine.
Yep.
I would say overrated. I think kind of for the thing that you brought up is I think people do it every year. And it's like, that's not totally necessary.
Nope.
Like 3 years ago, I did an overhaul on like my swim trunks because I needed some new ones. But like, I'm not gonna do that every year. And like, I'll be in like a store and be like, oh, those are cool, but I don't need them.
Yep.
So if people do it in moderation, I think it's properly rated. But the way people do it now, I think it's overrated.
Gotcha.
We have 3 more. Losing your seasonal depression.
You know, Matt, people talk about this.
You're not seasonally depressed?
No. I'm just depressed all the time.
It's not funny.
No, I'm not. No, you come on. That's I wear my emotions on my sleeve. If I'm like sad for a hot second, somebody's like, "What's wrong? You're different." It's like, "Okay, thanks. Thanks for letting me soak in my own emotions." I feel like I don't experience seasonal depression.
You know, I used to think I didn't because like I wasn't like depressed or like angry, but it is like on Sunday, the amount of like endorphins going through my body that I was able to like go outside and go for a walk. Like I was so happy that it made me realize like, was I really feeling down? Not like down, but like, was I not feeling like myself because of the weather? So I don't think it's necessarily like you feel sad or you're mad. I think it's just, it's like a different mood or mindset that you're in that kind of changes when you're able to enjoy it a little more.
Makes sense.
I don't know. And I'm sure there's people that have seasonal depression in the summer and spring because they don't like the heat. Going for a bike ride.
Sorry.
What?
What are you going to say?
Properly rated?
Why?
Because I'm going to go for rides in my new 4-wheeler.
Oh, yeah, you got training wheels.
Yeah. No, that was my thing this weekend. I said I'm just not going to take my training wheels off and say I got a 4-wheeler.
That's why I laughed. I'm like, I wonder what Matt's going to say. And then I realized you got training wheels for your bike.
Yeah, I did.
Good for you, though.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I am going to learn how to have a bike this summer. I still have to get my bike and training wheels from my parents, but they're going to get the bikes out soon out of the shed, so I will have it. Mm-hmm. But I seriously did consider, because I was driving to my parents' house this weekend and saw like a 13-year-old on a big tricycle that was riding. I had thought, I was like, if I just don't take the training wheels off, it's technically a 4-wheeler.
No, I love a good bike ride. I'm going to say properly rated.
All right. And final one, we have nighttime fires.
Underrated.
Do you have any explanation you want to give for that?
I personally like to be able to, like, spring is when it starts to be on the up and up. Like, because there are times where we'll get this like span of spring, like we'll get the span of warm days, but then we'll get like snow next week. And it's like, well, crap. Like, we're at Matt, I don't think you specified, like, we had really nice Pennsylvania weather for the time of the year. Mm-hmm. We're not in Florida. But then, like, we're not out of the thick of it yet. Like, there's been times where it snowed in April, or it's even snowed in May at times. And that is something we risk. But then, like, you have those nice nights, popping open a fire. Like, if you're not, I don't want to say if you're, like, used to the warmth or how warm it is in the springtime, like you have that fire to complement it. And I don't know, like having a beer and sitting out around the fire, like I think it's cool. I think I like it.
I agree. I like it. I'm only going to say rated just because you do have to shower like immediately that night, or it's going to smell like smoke.
Yeah.
That's the only bad part.
I think I like the smell of it though. I think that's why I'm okay with it.
I love the smell of it too. I just don't want to go to bed smelling like smoke. All right. One more segment. We wrap up today's episode. It is time for buy or sell. Mike, you can go first.
All right. I'm buying compliments.
Nice.
Matt, everyone deserves a good compliment. And that's all I got to say.
Your nose looks great today.
Thanks, Matt. Are you brown-nosing me?
No, I'm just saying your nose looks great today.
I like your sweatshirt.
Thank you.
It's a nice one.
This was a Christmas gift from my mother.
I'm also buying early St. Patrick's Day celebrations.
Okay.
So I was debating whether or not to like share this on the podcast. I'm going to say it and like say it out there. So I went to an Irish wake this past weekend. And you may think to yourself, if you've been to an Irish wake, it's like, okay, who died? Nobody died. The biker association of that area that I was at during that weekend was hosting basically a fundraiser for a children's hospital. But they call it an Irish wake. And they brought in a coffin. They had a bagpiper, which Matt like was having a moment.
Yep.
In there.
Hits deep.
I was like, I love bagpipes. They had a ceremony. They had shots of Jameson for everybody. They had a virtual target range. They had a raffle, 50-50, a raffle baskets. They had a flamethrower that you could get, a BB gun, a throwable axe, lots of liqueur and wine and all that. But like the flamethrower was the coolest thing. They had 50-50. They had food. They had like cafeteria. Like I had chicken sandwich, a hot dog, pasta and meat sauce, and green beans. Like I just had it all, and it was a drink fest. It was incredible. I had a really bad hangover the next day, and that's not what I'm buying here. But it's just like I used my golf shirt that I got for Christmas. That was all 4-leaf clovers. I got so many compliments for it, which again goes back to my compliments. It was just fun because I don't think I have necessarily celebrated St. Patrick's Day before March 17th, of that matter. It was very early on that I've celebrated St. Patrick's Day for the month of March.
That sounds like better than any birthday I've ever had in my life.
Like it'd be like my mom, who celebrates her birthday on St. Patrick's Day. So
that's a great day.
Which was also when I got my first permit. But no, my only permit, my first and only permit for driving.
That's also how I want my wake to be. I want my wake to be fun. I think we've said this before on the podcast.
Do you want an Irish wake?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want people crying. Just crack open a beer, get a flamethrower, something casual. And just have fun.
I had unlimited Miller Lite that night too.
Yeah, that's even better. Yeah, I want unlimited Miller Lite for everybody, and put one in my casket too.
Just pour it on the casket.
Yeah. No, put it right in my hand. I'm I'm cupping the Miller Lite.
You're like your hands are together, but you have the Miller Lite on the Miller Lite of light on your chest.
But you gotta give me a can koozie so my hand doesn't get sweaty.
It's cold.
Yeah.
On to my sells. I'm selling hardware accelerated GPU.
You're about the only one.
So Matt, last week we had some extreme technical difficulties, and I hate to be this person because usually Matt knows me. I'm usually the tech guy when it comes to the group. That was the reason why, but I cannot explain to you why that was the reason. I had it toggled in too many places. I had it toggled on my laptop, and then I had toggled with the web browser. And I think it was extremely accelerating my computer that was causing it to stop. But the folks at home who don't know what it is GPU acceleration is the use of graphics processing unit, or GPU, and a central processing unit, a CPU, to speed up processing intensive operations. And that was cited by the Google AI, that if you've Googled lately, you get that thing at the very top and it shows like an AI summary. That was the reason why we couldn't record video that week.
It happens. It's fine. It got figured out. That's all that matters.
Hey, we got a podcast out.
Yeah, we got a podcast. Absolutely. It was great.
And then lastly, I'm selling pens. I had a lot of paperwork to do this past week, which I'll get into later on in the month. So I started out with my nice, I'm calling them out, Papermate. It was an Inkjoy gel pen. And then this started running out of ink. And then I got this non-university branded pen that also serves as one of those cool credit card signers. And this started blacking out. And then I walked over to Jenna and I'm like, do you have a pen that I can borrow? And it took me 3 pens to finally actually do most of my paperwork. So thank you, Jenna, for doing it. It's a pen gear.
How many pages of paperwork did you have?
It was quoted a mountain of paperwork.
And you couldn't do it digitally?
It was delivered to me.
That's ass. That's bad.
Yes.
You also just reminded me, I don't think I ever signed the back of my new debit card that I got a month ago.
You don't have to.
Yes, you do.
Show me your debit card right now.
No, I'm not going to do that. Nice try. But no, if someone ever has to, like, God forbid, like, take a photocopy or something, it has to be signed.
Do you know the dumbest thing that occurred to me when I have an unsigned debit card?
What?
They ask for my ID. You know where this place was that asked for my ID to verify that the
Dairy
debit card
Queen.
was mine?
Dairy Queen.
Close. Burger King.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
No way.
Like,
Why did they want it signed? Why?
I'm like, no, it wasn't signed.
Why did they ask?
Because they wanted to verify that debit card was mine.
That's ridiculous.
So they're like, I'm going to need to see an ID. I'm like, I literally just want BK chicken fries. I'm not trying to steal anything here.
Burger King probably has fraud twice a day at every store across the country. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yep. So, Matt, I've not signed any debit cards in my lifetime. Now watch, people are going to jump me because my debit card is not signed. So
guess we're not getting sponsored by Burger King. Thanks.
Yeah, I guess not.
All right. I also have two of each. I'm buying Listening to Your Gut. I think I said a while ago, might have been advice, that I wasn't feeling great. Decided to go to the doctor. Was getting some help. So I got some blood work checkup as like a 6-month follow-up.
Good.
So basically, when I got my blood work checked about a month and a half ago, my thyroid level was way high, which means my thyroid was not working as good. So I was on medication, and my new blood work shows my thyroid is way in the normal, and feeling great. So if you just feel like something's off, maybe don't put it off, just go to the doctor. I'm also buying the NBA.
Yes.
Playoffs are almost here. Mike, these playoffs will be fun. They're going to be very fun. There is, I'm trying to pull up the standings right now. I want to announce that the Suns are dead. They're not going to win the NBA championship. They suck. But it's still going to be a fun playoffs. The Boston Celtics have already clinched the playoff spot. Nice.
Woo!
So the Celtics have an 8-game lead in the East over the Bucks. In the West, however, like I don't know if you know this, the top 4 teams in the West are separated by 3 games.
Yeah.
So you got you got the Timberwolves, Thunder, Nuggets, and then the Clippers. Another fun fact, so the Celtics are the 1 seed. They are up 8 games on the Bucks, who are the 2 seed. An 8-game difference in the West takes you 1 through 7, all the way down to the Sacramento Kings and the 7th seed. Another thing I'm looking forward to is hopefully the 9-10 game is the Lakers-Warriors. That would be an epic play-in tournament game. Because not only do you have to win, if you lose, you're out, but if you win, you still have to play a second game to get into the playoffs.
And also seeing, too, that the Celtics are on an 11-game winning streak.
Yeah, they also beat the Warriors by like 52 on Saturday.
Are we making predictions?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
All right. I think this is the Celtics year.
To win it all?
Yep.
So I'm going to say something that I said at the trade deadline with my buddies. If they are fully healthy, the New York Knicks will win the Eastern Conference.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Jalen Brunson got injured a little bit. Everybody thought he tore his Achilles or ACL. I think he's okay. If Julius Randle gets back, if Anunoby gets back, if they're healthy in the playoffs, they're going to win the East. Unfortunately, I think the Nuggets are going to repeat. I hate saying that because I hate the Nuggets. Yeah, but I'm excited for the NBA playoffs.
I also may have written down a prediction because we also discussed the start of the NBA season.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to do that as you...
We definitely did because we do that every year. But I'll continue on. I am selling Arch Manning. Mike, you know any famous Mannings?
Wait, I found it. Sorry.
Okay, go for it.
So, episode 184, released on October 27th.
Yeah.
Matt, your prediction was that the Suns were over the Celtics in 6.
Okay, that's tough.
Matt, my prediction was Miami Heat over Denver Nuggets in 7.
Okay, that could happen. This is the Heat's time of year. Yeah. So, do you know any famous Mannings?
Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Eli Manning.
Yep.
Manning's ice cream.
Okay. So Arch Manning is the nephew of Peyton and Eli. So he is a quarterback at the University of Texas. And I am selling Arch Manning not because he's supposed to be the next prodigy of like great quarterbacks ever. He opted out to be in the NCAA video game.
So what happens?
So I believe that he's just not in the game, and I don't even think it's gonna be like his not name because they can't use like his number. They can't use his. He's
NIL?
just not in the game. Yeah, he's not in the game. Now, Mike, we've been talking off air. For those that don't know, EA offered each player or each person in college football, I think it may have said this, $600 and a copy of the game. This was 2 weeks ago they offered, and they already have 87% of all players in, which is great. Mike, why do you think Arch Manning didn't opt in?
Does it have to do with something with his family?
Well, probably. It's because he's not the number one quarterback on the team, and he's waiting until he's the starting quarterback on the Texas Longhorns, and then he's going to put his name in there.
Oh my gosh.
Let me tell you, I'm not kidding. If I was the NFL team, not drafting him. Not doing it. He's a diva. Don't want that diva quarterback on my team. How lame is that?
That's stupid.
Yeah, ridiculous.
If I was third string special teams, I'd be like, sure, sign me up. Put me in a video game. Like,
it's just so funny. Like, it is a video game, and guess what? Probably 80% of the people that are going to play with you, they're going to make you the starter. Like, if you play as Texas, like I said, if I would have played as Texas or like a different school, I would have tried to recruit Arch Manning to my team because he's Arch Manning. And like the videos and content that people would have made with him would have been great. Ego's too big. He's a diva. Don't want him. And then finally, I'm selling weird Amazon deliveries. So my parents ordered a like 5-foot like collapsible table. They ordered it Wednesday last week, and they're sitting at the bar Friday night, and they hear a thump outside. They're like, "What the heck was that?" Because it wasn't supposed to get delivered till like Monday. And they look outside, and outside the garage is the door. Or excuse me, is the table. It's the table. It was just the table. It wasn't in a box or anything. Just put the table.
it wasn't even boxed.
It was not boxed up. It was just the table leaning against the garage door. I don't know. I don't know if the guy, like, if the box was damaged or like what, and he thought he was going to get in trouble. Because they also didn't take a picture of it and send it like they usually do. It also wasn't like a regular Amazon delivery van. It was just like a regular van, I guess. But I've never heard of anyone getting a delivery of the box, especially a table like that.
I get nervous sometimes because there's a lot of like stuff that will come in the box as is. Like our coffee and tea maker came in as the box. There's not a whole lot of porch pirates, but like there's just enough where somebody sees something really expensive and it's like, oh, like maybe I'll get this.
Yeah, I mean, luckily they were home at the time, but it wasn't damaged or anything, so that's the best part.
Yep. Well, good. Enjoy your table.
Yes, thank you. They will.
What a lovely episode, Matt. It's good to see your face again.
I missed you. I missed your smell.
You smell me across the window?
Again. And I just want to point out again, your nose looks great.
Thanks.
A lot better than it did last week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Your eyes look much better than last week, too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And thank you all so much for watching again back on the YouTubes. Speaking of YouTube, you can hit that subscribe button if you are new here. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of the podcast. You can follow all of our social media at beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod. Mr. Matthew.
Ish.
What is your advice for the coworkers of the funny business world?
My advice is to eat your vegetables. Vegetables, yep. At some point, wherever you live, I mean, if you live in California, the weather's always nice, but hopefully in the next month and a half, we're back to decent, consistent weather. And it's a good time to eat some vegetables, maybe throw in some salads into your dinner plans, Don't be afraid to grow some vegetables. Even if you're in an apartment, put a little tomato plant on the patio if you have one. Eating fresh, eating healthy, it's good for you. Let's keep it going.
Nothing good like a frozen mixed vegetable air fryer recipe.
Wait, mixed vegetable? Ooh, I gotta try that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good alternative instead of trying to make fresh vegetables, which again, better recommendation. But if you're just in a pinch, you could actually put frozen vegetables in an air fryer and it's fantastic. So
yeah, I haven't done that, but I'm definitely going to.
Yes. So, yeah, eat your vegetables, say your prayers. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.